Wonder if that made it through. Shall I slow the intro down so that there's a chance for Andy RC to get in? Shall I be like, hello and welcome to Let's Drone Out? I just realised I've got to edit all the space in between them. Tonight, we are joined by Andrew / Frank.
Hello.
And we're also joined by Andy RC.
Good evening.
Tony Marchant.
Bonjour. That's
And
not my real name.
my favourite Curry Kitten.
Hello.
That
Let's go back
worked.
to normal speed.
Possibly the slowest intro to man. I didn't think that would work, but Andy RC got in there just at time. Did you notice I dropped a little bit to make it sound a bit more northern? Just in time.
Yeah, just got here in time. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
What's up with your duvet?
Do you mean what's up with it?
It's getting too much use now.
There's nothing over my duvet. Be quiet.
It's the right colour.
I just had to. I was rushing home to get on this show. No, I didn't. I didn't break the speed limit.
Yeah.
Is there even speed limits up north anyway? There's no police anymore. You should just do what you want.
No, I abide by the law, and yeah, I got here just in time.
You
and
want to
always fly 25 milliwatt as well, don't you?
I do, yes. I do actually.
with a
Oh,
plotter?
I do actually, yeah. I always fly. I don't need more than 25 milliwatt here, and it's only since going to those crazy spots that we were going to that when you realize, oh, that's what you need more than 25 milliwatts for, you know, buildings and things. Really, it's not really doing any harm, is it? Silence.
Get him off, Con.
Ruining the hobby. Andy RC.
Tony, do you want to give the chat shout outs?
Such chat. I just seen one from Droning On Ash. It says, Tony, you're so tanned, you're looking like my bald brother from another mother. Dave Stories in the chat's up. Ladders, Clive, FBB, RC Dude, Jay Jones, Big D, FBB, Mikey Dreads in the chat's up. Mikey, Underflute, hello. I'll be back soon. Flying in the field, lads. Erwin's in the chat. Darnome. Rob Britton's at the top. Richard Warwick. Who else can I see? Andrew Haduki or something. Crash Test. Yep. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's gigawatts as well. No.
I'm not doing it. I'm not allowed to. I'll get banned and have to do my own series. Thanks, Droning On Ash, for sending us £2.
Yes, I win.
Can I just say, I have an electricity situation here, so I'm just turning my camera off for a sec. Looks like a disco. What's happening?
What is going on there?
Andy's going to have to change his candle.
It's ever since I mentioned that 25 milliwatt thing. I'll be back in a second.
See, put some more coal on the old thing.
What the hell goes on up north?
It is so grim up north. That's the only answer for it all.
What? Why does his lights flicker? It was like the little hamster died or something. Andy put another 50p in the meter. Too soon, Ash. You need to see Jack's disappointment. Yeah, I know. Right, so we participated in a challenge. Well, some of us did. Just put that out there. in a challenge. Do you want to talk about that?
Who?
Anyone?
Oh, well, it was kind of my idea, I suppose. We were coming up with what can we do, which is interesting that we can all sort of, because what we all like to do is like come together every so often and fly, but we all live in different places, and Andy's like so far up north, you get hassled from like Eskimos and stuff. But
well, it's like reenacted Lord of the Rings just to go and see him.
Exactly. Who wants that? So we thought, let's do something that everyone has, and we came up with the idea of doing something Whoop based. And I said, what about trying to catch it in your hand? Now, I make this quite clear. What about catching it in your hand, not fly it with your mouth and then try and catch it in your hand?
I took the whole, you've got to fly with one hand, literally. Like, not I could fly with one hand. I mean, I felt bad just arming it with so-called hand.
The most unexpected, hilarious part of this was you putting this stick in your mouth. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. It was just something wrong but fascinating about it. I didn't understand what was happening.
But I thought of my new venture, which is if I tape a stick to the other one, you got pinching, thumbing, and then fisting. So hang on, let's just get a little, I could work the controls like that. So that's my next.
To explain for the listeners at home, so
Jack's an idiot.
We had this challenge that land a whoop in your own hand while you've been flying it.
FPV, that's the important thing.
FPV, that's the important bit, yeah. And Jack took this to mean that if he's landing it in his hand, then it's got to be presumably a controlled landing.
Yeah, you can't use that hand if he's landing it in it.
So he's then taken a chopstick or something. I think it was a chopstick, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
And then
from Waitrose, classy chopstick.
Middle class chopstick.
I know.
Taped it to the right hand stick.
It's still on there if you want me to go get it.
Go on then. Go
All
grab
right.
it.
Fine.
You can reenact it.
Pointless taking it off, really.
Is this challenge going out to our viewers as well?
Yes, definitely.
And everybody. And if all they have to do is call it the same thing, and then we can easily find the videos and even collate them excitedly.
There you go. Let me present Jack to everyone so everyone can see.
Right, I think I fixed the electricity problem. It was the Northern Electricity Board.
So if you imagine, it's like, and then
he's stuck the chopstick in his mouth and he's moving his head around in order to do the pitch and roll.
Look, on one hand.
And then, as far as I can tell, Jack then flew the whoop into his hair, screamed a little bit like a girl, and then claimed he'd caught it.
That sounds like Jack.
My neck. It was my neck.
Close enough.
Yeah, if you want to go to, what's your channel address? I guess it'll be youtube.com/Brighton Till I Fly.
Yes.
Till spelt like the shopping till.
Yeah,
Or
if
you just do that general search in YouTube for whatever we called the title, which I've forgotten.
One hand whoop.
You will find all of them, including Frank's rather exotic bit of editing there and flying. I presume that's your work, is it? Not your hobby room, which it looks quite extensive. That looked good fun.
That would have been fun. But yeah, that was good. It was a good excuse for me to take all my flying stuff into work and then wait until everyone's disappeared. And while I was still waiting for some machines to finish what they needed to do, I was just flying around the office. And we had some new little kind of exhibition stands made up that are like welded steel boxes.
How are you finding the UK 65 then, Andy? Is it the best thing you've ever had or owned?
It's definitely very good.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it immensely.
I love.
How do I stop presenting?
I love.
I need to stop presenting you. Sorry.
As I feel like a cat on heat.
No comment.
Yeah, we had this sort of welded steel kind of wireframe boxes that have all these. I meant to have these magnetic sides put on, except we didn't have any magnetic sides, so they were still open. So I was just flying through those.
I've charged my batteries up to have a go at it, but am I at a handicap being mode 1 because I've got my throttle and my not pitch. I don't even know. I've got my throttle and my roll on the same stick, so it's all. How am I going to do it? Or use single stick? Do you know what they used to call mode 2, like years and years ago, single stick flying? Because with a plane, if you just did bank and yank, you could just have your throttle going and then just use the one stick. So with mode 1, you can't do that. So
here's my tip for you, Andy. As soon as you start taking the throttle off that other stick, it becomes less controllable anyway, and you kind of hopefully catch it. But that was my technique. Make it fall into my hand rather than this beautiful landing.
I'm pretty sure that this has got a barometer in it, you know. Is there any rule on you can, you know, have its automatic height thing?
There's absolutely no rule, but I'd love to see this happening where you're like, I'm just going to keep it here at hover on my hand. It's working its barometer.
Are you allowed to use a DJI product to perform this?
If you want to land a DJI product in your hand,
well, you just pick them out of the air. They just fly themselves. You just go boink like that. Do you know what? I could probably do it with my goggles on, but not turned on. Now that'd be dangerous. Now, what Ricky Martin had a go at that, didn't he? And he ended up in trouble. Was it Ricky Martin? Can't remember.
Yeah, he did. Cut his hands off.
Put his hands up on it. Inspire. Yeah, probably not. No, it has to be a Whoop, doesn't it? Whoop is in the title, so yeah,
it is.
So what you been up to apart from cutting your hands up dangerously with brushless tiny whoops?
My hair. It was my hair.
What?
Not my hands.
You cut your hair up.
Yeah.
Tony, how are you enjoying Florida?
Loving it. It's a bit cloudy today. I've just been by the pool and come in. I'm going on a sunset airboat ride in 2 hours.
I thought you were already been on a sunset boat ride.
No, it was daylight.
I didn't go on it. I decided to go on it today. I'm going on it, yeah, in a couple of hours. I went out flying yesterday, and I just went to this random park that these guys, that people fly at, and as soon as I got there, I saw a sign saying do not feed the alligators," which was quite funny.
That's a bit worrying, seeing as you're bite size for an alligator.
Well, talking about bite size, man,
you're like a walking chicken nugget for those. Oh.
The ants over here, they're called fire ants, and I was just leaning against a tree flying, and then just got this bad bite in my hand, landed, and there was just this tiny ant with whole head in my arm, just munching like that. Anyway,
the worst thing that I think is in Florida is the cockroaches. They don't call them cockroaches; they call them something else. But they look the size, and they get in the they're in the house. And I
haven't seen any at my mate's house, but I have seen one outside.
Oh well, the last time I went to Florida, my flight got me there at like 1 a.m. and I bought a sandwich in the airport, and I put it in a bag. But because I got there and it was 1 a.m., I just shoved everything on the floor in my room, turned the lights off, and tried to get to sleep. And then after about 10 seconds, I hear the plastic bag that I bought the sandwich rustling. And I was like, what the hell is that? I turned the light on, and like a cockroach as big as my hand is like there nibbling at this sandwich. It's a completely different world to me over there, you know.
It's mental, honestly. The butterflies over here are massive. You just see this thing and you think it's a bird, and it's a butterfly flying.
They're like mini aeroplanes with brains, aren't they?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel it's only fair to point out on behalf of Florida that places that aren't horrific are available, and you don't have to go ultra cheap if Andy did and share a room with cockroaches.
No, this was like a proper. They're everywhere. Those things, those big.
I'm starting to look around there.
You got totally worried.
They are absolutely. I can't remember. Someone in the chat will probably tell, because they're not cockroaches. They're
everywhere that I've stayed in Florida, as part of we normally hire a condo or a villa or something. And part of the maintenance there, apart from the guy coming out to do the pool, is they spray all around the house to stop things like this getting in. So we never, I think we got like 1 or 2 in the house by the bin in about 3 visits. But you were quite unlucky, or depends where you were.
Every time I've been to Florida, different houses, different places. There's always been those massive. But I've always gone in August, so maybe there's something about that, which yeah, it's crazy in August there. So
And I've heard that the humidity has had a bit of an issue for you, Tony.
Oh yeah, I have no goggle fan, so putting goggles on, 2 seconds later, just my eye cups are just filled up with water.
That's a bonus pod conversation you two are dangerously walking into.
What?
You discussed it on the bonus podcast. So
Okay.
I just I was just saying, like, if you want to catch the full story on that,
well,
$3.
it's really worth the $3 to hear the discussion about Tony's eye cut.
Suggestion about cutting little holes in them and poking a straw through with like a high octane fan.
Well, they don't need to spend the $3 now, do they? Because that was about it, I think.
It's like
anyway,
Tony's Optrex eye wash.
I got to this park and just heard meow. So I could hear drones, and I was just like, yes, someone. I just walked towards the drones and found 2 guys, and they took me to another bit in their cars.
Did you do Jack's automatic thing of going up to them and go, oh, how high does it go? How much does it cost?
No, I was too excited. I was too excited just to go out and fly with some other people. So
Jack only does that if there's not a dog in the vicinity, should I say? If there's a dog, then that's what he goes to.
Yeah, that is true.
That's it. I remember. I can't remember. Someone, I think it was William Osmond's channel. He had like a picture of a dog, and he was filming the wagging tail. And I was so tempted to send you that segment, but I wouldn't have. I was unsure whether you would have got the reference. So
palmetto bug, RC dude, is saying those things are the Florida woods cockroach. I think I've heard them called that. They're massive things. Like, I almost felt like it had a personality. When it was in there, at my sandwich. I was scared to hit it in case it hit me back. Massive thing. And you get lizards in there. I don't know why.
Yeah, lizards are everywhere. You just walk out and they just go.
They get in the house though, and they go straight to the bathroom, don't they? Straight to the.
I haven't seen one in the house, but as soon as you step outside, there's just lizards just scatter.
The lizards are cool though, because they eat the little bugs. They eat the mosquitoes and things.
Yeah,
and also at night, there's just this droning sound of a million things that are just mating with each other.
Do you know what? I thought it was electricity. I walked down to this. I walked down to this lake where I was going to fly over, and then all I could hear was this. I've got a thingy I'll show you later. It just sounds like electricity leaking, and there was pylons, and I was like, bloody hell, that's a bit loud and scary. I won't fly near there. And then realised it was these bloody great insects in the trees making this horrible noise. Mad.
Yeah, that's so loud.
So loud.
It'll keep you awake at night. I don't know how they do.
Crazy loud.
You could not do camping at night there. Well, you get eaten anyway by something probably.
Yeah, alligators, man.
I bet people like in America watching this are just like, these British people are just pathetic. Like the most that everything dies this time of year. I think the biggest thing that we get is probably, we do get fairly big spiders, but not like Australian spiders. The biggest thing we get this time of year is bloody daddy long legs, or have you ever heard them called that?
Crane flies.
Crane flies. We call them up north. We call them daddy long legs.
So do we.
Oh yeah, we call them daddy long legs.
Yeah, same here, man. Like I don't know.
That's not a northern thing then.
No, you speak in the same language, mate.
Oh wow,
which is
man.
Terrifying.
I finally feel unified with you guys with the daddy long legs.
You don't sound like someone who particularly gets on with nature, Andy, I have to say.
No.
Keep the animals away.
Shout out to MC Creations. I'm not allowed to do my noise because I get banned.
Well, especially when, like doing that foghorn noise for someone that we've lost within our community.
Well,
I don't
I,
think would be that
I'm
appropriate.
away and don't know that it got lost. Plus, it was a war sound, Jack, not a death march sound.
Yeah, people still died.
Well, I'm bringing it back when I get back.
Bringing it back. Oh my god!
I'm finding
I just like to
something
remind you where you were at
Food
Miami.
team.
I think those little tiny mustaches need to be brought back as well, don't you?
Oh my god!
Oh, there's another $10. Thank you, RDFPV.
All right, how about we stop arguing and give that shout out?
Give the shout out then.
Yeah. So unfortunately, in the hobby, we lost someone called Sam Shepherd. He's part of his channel was Sam Shepherd. He did really good, informative. Like he sort of like joined a group in college where he was like flying efficient wings. He would do like big light bars with cob LEDs and everything. And unfortunately, he passed away. He had a motorcycle accident.
Wow, that's two. Or is that the same guy from last year? No, it's not, is it? That was Blue
No.
Falcon.
Yeah, Blue
So
Falcon.
that's two gone on motorbikes, isn't it?
Yeah, and
He was,
also
Sam Shepherd
Wow.
was he's only 24, wasn't he?
yeah.
Wow, that is bad.
And also, we lost a guy I flew with as well, one of the Colchester boys, Liam Holding. So I'd just like to give him a shout out. He also had a motorcycle accident on the A12, and he was a quad flyer as well. He flew with a couple of the Essex boys, so a shout out to him. They've also got a little donation thing on Facebook if you want to check that out. But he was a really nice kid. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So
Bikes are not good.
press F in chat to pay respects, as Total Biscuit would say. So all right, Andy, say something northern so you can lighten the tone.
Yeah, it is really sad. Yeah, I somebody commented on one of my videos, and the name I'd heard of, but I don't think he posted videos for a while, had he? I don't think. But yeah, I saw I think was it his father who
Yeah,
put a message? He's made a video, so yeah.
I'll put the link in the chat.
I would say go and check that out. Very sad.
I don't
Yeah.
have the link for Liam, unfortunately. But I'm sure if any of the Essex guys are listening, please put it in the chat for me. Thank you. What Zero FPV? Oh, Zero's a good guy. Bikes just don't forgive mistakes. That's all.
No, don't.
I think as
Nothing
well,
said,
you know that in this hobbyist kind of mentality, we're interested in things like that. We're interested in cars, bikes,
speed,
things that fly, and yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I retook up the hobby. Really, is because anything else, I would probably because I always push things too far. And if you push a quad too far, you just end up in a tree or in the ground at most times, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
I crashed into my first palm tree today. I haven't been in a tree for about 2 years, and I actually ended up in a palm tree.
Of course, because you don't have your pole with you. That's why.
No, exactly.
Oh, he hasn't got the pole.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I don't even think I've ever actually crashed in a tree, but went out on my own over this golf course which we're on. We're in like a community here, and flew the golf course and then just done some tricks over a tree and just went whee, landed straight in the top. But luckily Bruce had a pole. He come and rescued me. So it was all good. But
did you touch his pole, Tony?
Yes, it's very big and yellow.
Oh,
weirdly.
Are you going to visit Get FPV while you're there, Tone? I think they're based in Florida, aren't
They're
they?
not. They're a bit too far away. Ready to Fly Quads is just down the road. I think that's it. Yeah, they were at the event
Yeah.
I was at.
I think you need to up the ante. Do you remember David Winterstall's video when he started doing his little world tour of tricopter, did the Florida Everglades, flying over some gators and stuff? So when you're going out on the airboat ride, why don't you take the quad, chase the airboat? They'll be well up for it. Fly over some gators.
They would. Imagine if I lost it though, I'd be gutted. I've been flying
Fine.
so
Just
carefully.
jump in and get it. They don't really
I'm
go
gonna
up for
take
buildings.
I'm going to take it.
I would suggest the airboat while it's going along.
I'm going to take it and see what they say. I'm going to say, can I fly following you? Oh my God, that would be horrible if I need to stop very quickly.
Didn't I read, Tony, that you were going to another race out there, or you were?
I've done two, but there's a park race this Sunday at the park that I went to. But the Rotor Riot Rampage thing's on, isn't it? So, and that's in like South Carolina, which is probably 4 or 5 hours drive from where I am. Because do you know Alex Edit, who we had on the show? He offered me a lift in his plane because he's in Miami.
Why didn't you? Did you meet up with Alex then in Miami?
No, I was going to try to, but he was busy. And I only had a limited time there, but he texted me and said, I'm coming through Orlando. I could have gone with him from there up to Rampage, but he's not coming back till Tuesday, and my flight's like Monday, so
that's a shame.
It didn't really work out. But it would have been nice to have gone up there, but I don't know. It was a nice offer though from him.
Well, anyway, Tony, didn't I see a certain somebody being featured on Rotor Riot this week? Was it?
Yes, chuffed I was. Yes,
Andrew, you better present him to everyone so his ego can fit in the screen. There you go, Tony.
Piss off! Look, do you want to see some white legs?
Hang on. Well done, Tony. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Have you broke 1,000 yet?
No.
Oh.
I was just.
What's the point?
I was just annoyed that I was at the same place and they chose Tony's footage over mine. No,
only because he probably submitted it himself.
And don't forget, Tony is once again in a national RC magazine.
Oh, not for the 3rd time running. That's 3 months in a row.
I know. We just keep recycling the same picture.
I'm going to say, isn't that the same picture though?
Don't tell the other magazine.
I'll send you some more X-Class magazines.
You know, like next time we all meet up and stuff, every time we have to do something, we're going to have to bring like different changes of shirts and that, so we can blend it to different every time you meet up with Curry Kitten, you've got to bring like 2 sets of clothes.
Speaking of shirts and clothes, Jack.
Oh, no. Yeah, they got printed yesterday, I believe.
Ooh.
So I haven't heard anything, but he phoned me up yesterday to moan at me about whether it was under Fluke's order. He was arguing with me about the amount of hoodies. So I think maybe I'll phone him tomorrow. You might have to pay him, and then we can ship them off tomorrow or Saturday. Tony, you can't see the chat thing, can you? Because you're on a phone. Did I mess up RDFPV's donation? I did, didn't I? I started arguing with you. Would you like to say thank you and give him a shout out?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, of course. Yes, for once. Yes, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, well, exactly. Whenever you talk, I just switch off because I know I'm getting cussed.
No.
You carry on because I don't really know what you're talking about.
Super chat, the thing
Jack
you love more
he made
in the
a
war.
mistake.
Oh, we can write that down 10 times.
Okay, yeah, all right. No worries. I'll write on my desk. Jack is a silly twat. Okay, there you go. You
10
happy now?
times.
No, I haven't got room.
He rudely interrupted you, Tony, when you were announcing RDFPV's very generous super chat donation of $10.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, RDFPV.
Yeah, RD, if you
Bugger off, Jack. That's what I say.
if you could donate another 1 cent, so it is $10, so we don't look foolish, that would be amazing. Because it was actually $9.99.
Night Ash from Droning On. He's going to bed.
RDFPV is also asking if I'm going to be at Rampage. Sadly, not. I would love to, but a little bit out of my budget, I'm afraid. But
do you know what? If they do it again next year, we should see if we can all go. All of us.
How much would it cost, though?
Yeah, cost is the
Well,
cost is the problem.
just someone would have put us up.
We'd have to go crazy on Super Chat. I think if we did go, we'd have to at least make Andy and Tony camp and share a tent, just to see what happens to them after they're attacked by massive cockroaches and things.
Yeah, we get to smear peanut butter and jam on the inside of the tent.
I know. I'd only go if it was in Canada or something where it's 50 below, and that's my sort of.
Where all the grizzlies live, you mean?
Yeah.
And every single Canadian resident has a bear story about how they almost died, but it's all okay.
I would prefer a bear than one of them little cockroach things, I think.
Have you seen that Canadian video of like it's the most Canadian bear ever? I think it will come up in search where like the bear's going through like their bin or the back of their like truck or something, and they go out and just go, get out of there, and the bear looks at them and goes, oh okay, and then like sulks off. It's like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's also, I don't know how to find it, but there's also like the guy who had like 2 dogs. He had like a proper dog and a sausage dog, and he was getting attacked by a bear, and the sausage dog like got the bear off him, and then he got back to his van like a bit injured and stuff, and then chucked the dogs in the back, and then the bear came out the woods again to have like round 2, and the sausage dog jumps out of the car and went after the bear, like proper chased it. And unfortunately, the sausage dog didn't make it, but that's one of my favourite stories of like, sausage dogs. Yeah, sausage dogs must have like honey badgers in their blood, like, where they just
so
don't.
morbid.
But you've dissed it already. You said he's got a proper dog and a sausage dog, and then like the proper dog was shit and didn't do anything, and the fake dog died heroically and made your story really sad.
All right, it's like it's a half a dog, Well,
it's one small one stretched out a bit.
Yeah. Why did they
say it's just lowered, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Shall we talk about drones again for a sec?
Yeah, sorry. Was that too dangerously close to lawnmower territory again?
Well, it was getting there. Have any of you guys heard about the new sim mode on Race Flight 1? Because everyone is raving about it now.
Race Flight? No one flies that. You're stupid.
Well,
I thought it was called Flight. I thought it was called Flight 1, not Race Flight 1.
Flight 1, sorry, I don't want to put anyone in prison or anything.
I've
sim mode. Everyone's flying sim mode.
What is sim mode? Explain it.
It seems to be something to do with not having PID control or something. I have just literally read about it a couple of minutes ago, so I just thought I'd quickly mention it. I wondered if you guys had seen it, but people were flying it and saying it flies absolutely amazing, like better than anything they've ever flown. So,
but there's no pitch tune.
Something like that. I read something to do with that. I don't know. Maybe someone else.
I guess is it then just doing it purely through simulating the output rather than simulating the physics then or something?
I'm not sure. I've literally just looked and seen a couple of people raving on about it. So I just thought I'd bring it up.
Jack's best friends with Preston. Get him on here, talk about it. Maybe it's time for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually got a race light board here. Look at this.
You paid with actual money?
Put it in sim mode.
No, isn't sim mode, forgive me if I'm being like a Tony, isn't sim mode where you just connect your flight controller quad up to the computer and it uses your settings from the flight controller in the sim?
Blood says, I flew sim mode on a mate's quad and it had prop wash galore. It uses the PID loop still, and you still have to tune it. So it sounds like nothing then to me.
What is it then? It's just crap mode.
It's probably another word like Carlman or something like that that actually means nothing.
It should be called buzzword flight. Really,
Yeah,
it really
maybe
should.
it is that, but who was flying it? Who's that DCL flyer? Dawn something. Quite fast.
Yeah, I saw a post on Luke Bannister's Instagram. What's going on with all DRL, DCL? Because we don't get it over here. Is it gone quite big? Is it on tally and stuff? What's going on with all that?
That's called being northern.
It's called the outside world.
Yeah, I know. It scares me. By the way, we now have an Instagram, Let's Drone Out, if you'd like to follow that. I believe.
What is it called?
Let's Drone Out. You would have never have guessed.
I haven't heard Luke doing anything in ages, but has he been away doing this DRL thing then? I am so out of the loop with all that.
I've seen him pop up in the old sort of TBS theme video chasing things around, but that's about it. I haven't seen him doing race things lately.
Nothing came up on Instagram about it being all on TV and tune into such and such.
They're all racing out over there doing that. I think he's basically probably the only few top 10 pilots who are getting paid a good living off this now, because there's a contract, isn't there, for 75 grand?
Yeah, this is what I don't know. I mean, I saw him at Western Park one year. He wasn't there this year, so I assumed so he packed it in. But no,
he's too good. He's too good for the likes of Western Park, mate.
Oh, right, okay.
Yep, he's just getting shipped all over the place, doing adverts, and
he raced in the last DCL race.
I think they're flying X-Class as well.
Yes, DRL. It's on TSN in Canada.
Yeah, we don't get none of that over
That's why I had no idea what's. Yeah, well, it'd be nice to know. I mean, he's a top guy from the UK, isn't he?
So DCL, not DRL. So what's DCL? Drone Champions League. You can just work it out just vaguely from whatever the abbreviation is. It must be something drone something.
But if it's all massive and getting in the 70 grand, why don't me, who is my job as a YouTuber, what do I not know about any of it all? Why am I just doing a bad job myself?
I think it's
you're just shit. We've seen all your YouTube comments. Everybody hates you.
Oh my god, the hate in your Instagram comments.
I get it I've had that. It's been like that for 3 years non-stop. That's just what you get though as a YouTuber.
I feel like
your replies though.
I feel like Tony. I feel the need to get in. Like, I'm not an accomplished pilot unless I dish you on. So I'm gonna have to write some really heinous stuff to see whether I make it into the little Andy RC wall of shame.
You want to be in the Andy RC Facebook when he disses the.
This is my worry that to me it was like actually, do you know what? I posted it once and Tony said he loved it, and
it's amazing.
So honestly, that if it entertains Tony, it's good enough for me. But I find it quite therapeutic posting them.
I love it. I love your replies. It just makes me crack up.
The only problem is that some of the people, some of the trolls have made it onto my Facebook as well. So they start commenting on Facebook, and I'm like, I thought it was the safe place, but it's not. So it's just a bit of fun, really. I can't see it lasting. But there you go. Yeah, that's the fun thing about being a YouTuber. You get all sorts that you have to reply to, and you have to keep carrying on and ignoring it. When someone says you're a crap flyer, you're twitchy, you're fidgety, you've got ADHD, you're gay every single day. And those are just the ones that Jack leaves.
Yeah, I know.
Can I just shout out Menace RC? Thanks for entering me into the competition over here. And Menace RC, you've got a new frame out.
Oh, this seems like a plug to me. Has this been written into the contract?
Nice new frame come out. I've
Yeah, I
popped
saw
it.
that.
Do we have to
Popped an
change the
ESC.
YouTube definition to sponsored content now?
No, I'm just saying thank you to Menace RC. He's been on us before, and
That's-
when I
that's
went,
what-
when I went, oh, this is the frame.
I take it you didn't build that because it looks vaguely functional.
Of course I didn't. And then when I went to this, I got Team Motor gave all some nice motors. All the pilots got motors.
What are those ones? Is that the F40 Pro 2?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, there's one here open. No, look.
24
They're really nice.
kV.
Those are the ones on the Compass 2. They're
they're-
really good.
2600 kV. They're
26.
lovely.
Oh,
Silver
no,
windings and
those are old motors, Tone. Those are. I
they're
think.
quite nice. But they also Team Motor are doing props. I haven't tried them.
Let's try
Has
now.
anyone tried any of these
Ooh.
new props from Team Motor?
Those
Look
look
quite
like
nice.
those look like what are they called?
Uh,
Azure props. Are they an Azure? I don't know.
They're 3.8 grams,
That's pretty light.
5 by 14. Oh, I don't know what that actually says. But they look quite good. I'm going to try them. I don't know if there's.
I will
I suppose.
enjoy your review of them, Tony.
Well, me and Frank, me and Jack. Were you sending that thing for us to do when
I am.
You're not even in the country.
You're halfway across the world is the problem, Tone.
Just send it to me. We can't
Yeah,
be
but
trusted.
wait,
I don't
Jack.
want. The
No,
thing
I
is,
want
I don't want him going through the box and touching things and losing screws and
Yeah, but
nibbling on
that's
the
all the part of-
wires.
That's the part of the fun bit of it, Jack.
No, it makes me want to smother you with a pillow
Yeah, exactly.
until you don't move.
Well, at least you're both willing to do it now, because the last time I mentioned it, you said that
Oh,
Tony
I'm
wasn't.
definitely gonna strangle him with a USB cable.
You
or
said he
something.
wasn't allowed within 100 meters of your flat or house or whatever you said last time. So we've got some progress then.
Yeah, Frank's been a sort of like mediator, and he's been counselling me with Tony. Last night I wanted to stab him because he moaned at me because of the Instagram. Tony's got an amazing thing of. He was like, "Can I have an Instagram?" So I'm like, "Fine, set one up." He sets one up, then locks us out of it, and then Instagram's accusing me of pretending to be Tony. And I'm like, "But I own Let's Drone Out. Like, I've got the domain."
Tony's
I've
got
got
like 3 Instagram accounts of his own, and I have no idea which one is his. Same
Yeah,
on Facebook as well.
I know, and he doesn't even use his real name.
I'll tell
They've all got different.
Tonstar.
Is there a worse accusation someone could level at you
I
than pretending to be
actually-
Tony?
I actually copied
Can I
the
tell
wrong
you some reasons
one in
why?
once.
Because you're demented.
I copied some-
you know the reason.
The
This is another
Alzheimer's is
reason-
getting-
See this power brick. When I come round to your house, I'm going to lob it at your head. The reason is, and you know the reason was, it was all through
Aliens.
Talk. When I was with Talk, and then Talk suddenly said, "Oh, we're shutting down Talk," and everything disappeared. So I had no way of getting any of my emails back through Talk. So that is why I couldn't sign back into that LDO Instagram that I created and all of the other crap that I'm on.
Well, while all that's
I might
going on,
just turn it all off.
we've got some more donations on the super chat. We've got RDFPV, $4.99, and Richard Harwood. Jack, this is for your holiday fund. You going on holiday, Jack?
Yeah, probably to the mental institution. That's probably what that is.
Thank you to those
That's
guys.
probably my bus fare to get there to stop me from, throwing myself under a bus. Why doesn't the Instagram work? Well, Tony, you locked us out of it.
Really? Talk, did you?
Do you know what? I really did think Tony being on the other side of the world would have helped with the
Holiday. I
relationship.
don't get a holiday from it though. Like you need to like set up a Jack safe place chat with Tony that's not in it. So then he still finds new and ingenious ways to annoy me, even though he's 5,000 miles away from me.
Yeah, well, thanks to those guys. That's awesome on the super chat.
Yeah. But it has led me to fix the Instagram. So if you can please follow Instagram
It's Frank.
and then write. Huh?
The RDFPV says, "Are you guys in Discord?"
Yes, we've got a Discord. Oh, Tony, we can't hear you.
What's it called, Jack?
What?
Really?
Bill
Pardon?
saying, "Oh God, not the sock again."
Oh no, yeah. Is it happy? What? Tony? Hello?
Can you hear me, Beanheads?
No, you're
You
cutting
can't hear
out.
me.
I can now.
I heard Tony call as either beanheads or penis.
It was Beanheads.
What?
Sounded like
Snowflakes here. What the hell? What would you like to know, Tony?
What's our Discord called?
Let's drone out.
Hey!
What do you expect? Like, what do you think it's called?
Now, shall we go through all of the things that we have and what their names are? So, what's the Discord? What's the Instagram? What's the YouTube? What's the website? What's it all? What are
It's
they all?
Let's drone out. You'll never guess. You'll never like. I've decided to name it different things as a way of misleading Tony, so he has to decipher a series of clues like Scooby Doo.
We've just had a super chat donation from Underfluke for £5 saying, "Can we mention the FPV Geek and his new goggle-related product that is about to be released, and Ian Curry Kitchen review?" I've not heard of this. Has anybody heard of this?
I've not heard of it.
Didn't we miss 2 other super chats before that?
No, I
No.
mentioned them, Jack.
Okay,
whilst
that's
you were
cool.
screaming at Tony.
You were in mid-rant, but Andy did mention them.
I do
Is this
apologise.
the really fancy-looking one with the angles on it and grey and the power button and things?
The FPV Geek inventor
I'm going to have to look this up.
just says coming soon.
You know, Underfluke, if you donate in the super chat, I do believe you can post links because you're obviously paying money.
Yeah. There's a website, but it's just got a coming soon thing. There's
He's a top Patreon as well.
where can we find information? Because I'm always interested in a new goggle.
Oh, I recognise that logo from somewhere. I must have seen it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I've seen it as well. There's a Facebook page, but
Links in the chat, maybe, guys. I don't know. It's just an idea.
FPV
The
Well,
fpvgeek.com, but it's just sort of coming soon thing.
Facebook page. Oh yeah, just this coming soon. More information would be awesome if you could get that Underfluke. It's first I've heard of.
Quick,
heard of it.
email him and be like, I am the best reviewer from up north. Hey up, duck.
Yeah, I try not to.
Send us your-
Try not to lie in my emails.
Well, I've not heard of it. We will check it out and see if we
I
can
would
find out
love
more
to check.
information.
I would love to check out.
Well, we're waiting for
anything new.
that link from them. I'll also mention what I was talking about, or what I thought was being mentioned, and it turns out that was called something else, which is the Orca with a Q, ORQA, FPV.1 goggles. I don't know. It looks like it's just renders and concepts at the moment, so I don't know how likely it is actually going ahead. But apparently, they're going to start pre-orders in November and start selling them at CES next year. And they look kind of like an F-117 had sex with a fat shark.
Underfluke says he was on Oh My God's feed a while ago. That's
Can you hear my keyboard? Sorry.
no.
Sorry. I was really scared that Frank was going to come down with the mute hammer.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the F-1. It kind of looks like
Okay, you
stealth
do that.
goggles. They're not going to show up on radar, are they? Because they've got weird angles.
But they've got the same like pixel angle kind of size as the HDO, so they're supposedly going to look like the HDO's, same kind of quality of screen, but bigger, so it's 1280 by 960 instead of 960 by 720.
Oh, the OLEDs as well.
Yeah, so it's supposedly going to look just like a bigger version of the HDOs with a.
It's hard to tell how big the physical goggles are going to be from the renders, doesn't it? They look like they could be quite deep.
Also, it's a render, and if you just see a render, that to me just screams that it's a student's project that isn't going to get funding and it's never going to be a thing.
Or it will get funding, and then they'll deliver it, and everybody will complain that it's crap and it didn't do what it did do.
Probably, because there'll be people that don't have the many years of experience of supply chain issues that Fat Shark do. But there we go. We'll see.
Richard Harwood in the chat said I look fat. Well, I haven't been working. I've been quite a lot, so.
That's what happens when you go to America for a couple of weeks. it's inevitable.
Yes, no more bullying of me, Tony. Have you?
Do I look fat?
Have you been drinking only bottled water and brushing your teeth with bottled water so the fluoride doesn't get to your brain and make you all suppressed so the government can control you?
They do put fluoride in the drink. No, we don't have fluoride in the southeast London. I already checked that, and I drink only bottled water at home and here.
Because of the lime scale, it uses.
Oh God, there it is.
Yeah, the lime scale.
It's out.
It furs up your arteries and causes you to die, and then you have to be given pills, special pills from the government. Sorry. I'm done.
You're catching on.
Yeah.
You're catching on.
Yeah. When are we gonna do the new show, Tinfoil Tony?
I might do it on my own little channel one day. You never know.
Are you not? Yeah, but that's the whole point. You have to annoy me with it.
We can do a segment, Tinfoil Tony, and I'll wear a tinfoil hat and tell you something about something if you want.
No.
Well, you might learn something.
Oh,
Clive FBV said, "What is the sock called?" Do you not know? It is
Tony.
Jack's wank sock.
Yeah, it is actually called Jack's wank sock.
I want to ask Corey Kitten a question, please. Wayne, what stuff have you got? Because we usually do a section where we're like, what products are coming up for review and stuff like that. So what have you got in your list of stuff that you're going to be checking out product-wise that is new?
Product-wise, I'm actually trying to trim down a little bit because I found I wasn't getting enough time to work on some of my fun stuff. So I've not gone mental about it. But
fun stuff as in
hanging
around with Jack,
building, or
skateboards,
trying to follow up on things that I reviewed a while ago and I wanted to come back to it because it's like, oh, here's the next product, start working on that next, and it's kind of sort of a conveyor belt. So I'm trying to slow down a bit, but I've just started checking out the R9. I went out to fly the X-Lite and the R9. Was it the R9 Mini?
R9
module?
Slim.
Yeah, the Slim with the Mini module.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to compare it with the other module. I've got one of those full speed RC little 3-inch things. I'm looking around somewhere. And I've got this
3 SE, is it? The 3-inch one?
Yeah, it's not the. Hang on, let me grab it. It's not the special edition one.
I'm interrupting while he's doing stuff. FBV Geeks just come in the chat, so hi. Maybe we could get him on and he can talk about this next week. And Johnny Banton is in the chat. What's up, Johnny?
Oh my God, I miss Banton.
It is. It's just the regular leader 3 because I am well behind.
The one that doesn't have the 3D printed case thing. Yeah. Is that from Full Speed or?
No, that's not from Full Speed. That's just from GearBest, so I don't get the nice one. But I found this weird because I don't mind doing the odd toy or selfie or weird thing. So I got this thing, which is called the Eye, not spelt right. Because you know all these little toy things where it's like, oh, you can use this as a selfie drone, and it's completely you try and use it with your phone, and it just buggers off that way, and then all the
Yeah.
feedback is horrendous. They reckon that this has some optical flow sensor. So the idea is you can launch it from your hand, it will sit there, it will actually take a selfie of you, and work.
They do. I can't remember the name because I haven't done the toy stuff for a while. But yeah, there are a few toy ones out there that have optical flow and actually works. Yeah, so that's those are the biggest selling drones actually, are the cheap toy end.
Because I haven't, although they all profess to be like selfie drones, and they all give the normal, this is a 1080p camera, and it's the worst thing ever, and like it's all the standard module. So it'd be interesting to see if this actually does the job that it professes to be. Because really, if you want to get a decent selfie, you're putting a DJI quad on your hand, like a Spark or something, and setting that up. That'll do it. Everything else is a bit crappy.
Yeah, I found that, but the thing is, people don't have DJI money. They have 80 quid or even sometimes 20 quid. 20 quid for something like that. So
well, it's 20 quid if you've got a wife. That's all I know.
It's very true. And did you see the video where my friend Rod tried to 3D print a wing and fly it, and we managed to crash it twice?
I did see that. Yeah. Do you know what?
Have you seen my repair of the nose?
No, I haven't. No.
Would you like to see? I've what I've done, because it's really easy to over-engineer a solution. So I've dumbed it right down. Let me grab it.
Gaffer tape.
Better than that.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
I bet it's got to be something fully ghetto. If it's a chopstick.
What's the opposite of a 3D printer? It's going to be like
hot glue gun.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Frank's answer to everything.
Or one of those 3D printing pens that.
Oh man, I hate those.
Do you remember the bold 3-in-1 containers?
Oh no! Oh
Perfect.
God!
Look at that.
Bloody Curry Kitten's Tide Pod challenge.
So this is what I mean by the sort of the fun stuff. Instead of doing reviews, I want to try and split it up and do some stupid things where I'm just trying to can we fly with a bold 3-in-1 container and just sort of shove one of these all-in-one FPV cameras in. This
you know
thing
what?
is
I've
so
got loads of those.
Yeah, I only need the one.
You know what? I think
genius.
I think you're onto something there, Wayne, because all of these channels that are like exploding, they're all about stuff like that, rather than reviewing products. I think people are sort of fed up with that, and kind of that's why if you look at Peter's channel, it's huge. Tom Stanton's channel, massive. And Flight Test now. Flight Test split their tech stuff, didn't they? So Flight Test is basically now them just trying daft stuff. And then they've got another channel for reviews and stuff, which isn't as popular. So I think you're onto something there.
What's their other channel
Is there
called?
two different channels then?
Yeah, it's called Flight Test Tech or something like that, isn't it?
Oh, so that's why I thought Flight Test has been getting crap.
I haven't seen that either. I've just been seeing the normal one.
I think they haven't been putting much on that channel either, actually, to be fair. But that was there. I watched the video that they said they were going to be splitting Flight Test up, basically, because Flight Test was getting too technical, and so they wanted to do their build videos and stuff like. But I have noticed they've stopped doing vlogs, haven't they? Flight Test.
Oh, thank God, yeah. Because
I like the vlogs.
Really, with Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan's awesome. I like him.
Man, me and Tony were planning on taking him out.
What's wrong with Stefan?
I don't know, it just annoys us.
Which one's Stefan again?
It's the one with
our British.
The one with the beard, and he's got a funny laugh.
He's probably the one I don't like. They did have a very good mix of people. The sort of golden era for me was when David was there as the crazy inventor person, and then. See, I don't think Peter came into his. We were talking about this last week. Peter was really good there, but I don't think Peter became full Peter until he went off and did his own thing.
It's mad Peter has gone into his own and just
Well, what do you know? There is a different channel. I've learned something today, Andy RC.
Oh,
I didn't know that either. We've educated ourselves.
Yeah.
Before
Send me the
we
link.
go, just a quick notice because I need to get the word out. This weekend, Chris G has posted out the Drone Zone not open day, but Drone Zone day that was meant to be this Saturday. He's had to cancel it because the weather was just not looking good. So no Drone Zone this weekend.
Yeah,
I bet when I come home it starts raining. It's been nice there since I've been away, isn't it?
not really, Tone. It's been all right, but it's
Been
been
up and down.
really windy actually.
Go away somewhere and you go on holiday, you just want it to piss down where you've come from. That's all.
No, because I'm a nice person. No, I
I
know. What
want
you
it
mean.
to rain while I'm away.
Well, if you go to Florida, it's gonna rain every single day for about an hour anyway. So you're gonna.
Well, it's not been that bad, but it's looking dark. Should we get this FBV geek on next week? Have we got anything?
He's in the chat. Why didn't you just ask him?
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
FBV
FPV.
on and talk next week. There you go. I just asked him
Come and tell us all about your
if you.
goggles and stuff. Yeah, it was the goggles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Underflux
there's
said that
goggles
there's some goggles on the way. Yeah,
Do come on.
get in contact on Facebook or whatever. And yeah, because I don't think we've got any guests for next week.
No, I've emailed. I've messaged David, but I think he's still in China because he released the bicopter. So I messaged him.
I think it's time to wrap up now, Jack, if you want to do the honours.
Yeah, no worries. Tonight you've been listening to Let's Drone Out. Thank you for coming and joining us. Thank you to all our Patreons for sponsoring us and supporting the show, or it would be in the toilet right about now. You've been joined by Andrew Frank,
Goodbye.
Andy RC,
Good evening, everyone.
Tony,
Bye, Mum. Love you. Be home soon.
Curry Kitten,
Bye.
and I've been Bright to Life Light. Thank you guys, and good night.
Cat's bums.